Neilist here, and welcome to the third and final installment of us talking about our childhood. Time for another round of interesting stories. Please enjoy.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, something about my childhood.
Yeah.
Games and shit.
Something important for the video itself.
Yeah. So, gotta remember to bring that back to you.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm the worst person.
Teal
but
fucked
I
up.
was just-
Teal fucked up.
It's all my fault.
Make fun of her in the comments.
Loser.
Everybody gets a 5-star rating if you make fun of Teal in the comments.
If they even make it this far in the video.
Also, you can't give comments a 5-star rating, but still.
Whatever.
Yeah, I can give them a thumbs up. If you make fun of Teal, I'll give you a little heart in the comments.
Ooh. Look at that promise. That's quite a promise.
There we go. My dad is really good at Othello.
Oh.
The board game Othello.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to the point where one of my cousins had, he would play it all the fucking time, trying to beat my dad. And then one year, I remember, because I was sitting there just, watching the game. And one year, it's just all right, I think I'm ready. I think I'll be able to beat you this time. And so they're playing for, 20 minutes, half an hour. Mm-hmm. And then it gets to the point where my cousin's like, fuck. Pass. And so my dad puts down a piece, turns some colors. My cousin's like, pass. My dad puts down another piece, turns some colors. And then my cousin's like, pass. Boom, boom, boom. Over and over and over until the entire board has turned my dad's color.
Yeah, my dad is the same way with cribbage. Have you ever played cribbage?
I have
Cribbage
not.
is so boring, I hate it.
Oh my god. So, we'll play cribbage, right? And I'll be like, okay, I have 15-2, 15-4, 15-6, and a pair is 8. Okay, I have 8. And my dad will be like, all right, with that same hand, I have a 16. He'll be like, ahead, double the distance I am. I swear to God, the guy must stack the deck. But he doesn't. I know he doesn't, because I shuffle the deck every time in between.
Right.
He's allowed me to do that to prove he's not stacking the deck.
Right.
It's just insane. I don't get what it is.
Yeah.
Somehow, it's all about just intuition and playing in a bunch, I guess. It must be the same with your dad and Othello, because, Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's possible.
My dad is fucking good at it, and I got some of his talent. Because when I was in a trigonometry class in high school, this kid I knew, the board games came up, and I brought up Othello, because I fucking love Othello.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, oh, I fucking love Othello, too. And we played, and, this came up, early in the semester. The entire semester, every day. Because we were pretty good at the math, and so we would finish our homework quick, and then we would go to the whiteboard in the back of the class. We would draw an Othello board, and we would play.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so every day we played Othello. Every day I would destroy him. Utterly destroy him. I almost felt bad, but at the same time I'm trying to teach him tactics and stuff. Mm-hmm. I would just destroy him. And then it was at that point where I'm just maybe I'm ready to face my dad.
Ooh,
it wasn't until 2 years later when I finally beat my dad once.
Right? It's such an achievement when you finally beat your father at a board game.
I felt so good!
They proclaim to be a master at. And they are a master at. But you're like, yes, I finally did it.
And it's a barely beat. We filled the board.
Yeah.
And we counted, and I had beat him by 2 pieces.
Yeah.
And I was just
I've been playing cribbage with my dad for over 18 years, and I have beat him once.
Yeah.
Once!
But that one game feels so good.
Oh, my God. And it kind of proves to you. Somehow in your mind, you're like, okay, he's not stacking the deck, or he's not cheating, because, I beat him once. I did it.
Yeah.
Somehow I proved I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm a man!
I'm a man in my own mind. What it proves to me,
what makes
too...
a man? Is it the power in his hand, or is it the size of a girl's front titties? Ooh, I can't even finish a sentence right now.
It's definitely the titties.
It's definitely the titties.
But, what it definitely proved to me is I'm way better than my cousin.
Oh, well, there you go. Wait, is this
thing.
Which cousin is this?
One of the adopted Asian ones. What I was about to say, do you ever, you've probably, at this point, you've probably waited a bit too long to pee. You're about to explode kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so you go, and you start peeing, and, especially when you're drunk, it just feels like it's never going to stop.
like your bladder fully relaxes, and like that is normally the signal to your brain that you have no pee left, but instead you keep peeing.
You keep peeing. Yeah. It's like I just like boosh, and it starts going, and then it's like going, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going, and it's keep going, and I'm just like, all right, it's about to stop soon, and it's still full stream.
Anytime now.
And it feels like an hour later, and it's still full stream.
You know what what helps me? Is I remind myself that is reducing my overall weight by reducing the amount of water I'm carrying on me.
There's that.
Yep. When I was a kid, and this is certainly not necessarily embarrassing, because I don't want to suggest that this is an embarrassing thing to do, but my parents took pictures and they promised they'd show, and they have so far fulfilled that promise of showing every girlfriend this. And it's I used to wear my sister's clothes while I was a kid. I used to dress in dresses and like I'd take my mom's high heels and put them on and everything, and I'd try to look like a pretty girl when I was like 4 or 5. And my parents would always like, don't worry, James, we're going to show every girlfriend you ever bring home. And so far they've been 100% truthful about
They've done that.
Every girlfriend I've brought home has seen the pictures of me in the long dress with the high heels, and I took my mom's makeup and I tried.
I
I want to see her try.
I'll see if I can get a copy for
When
you.
we were kids, we used to have Jordan dress up in the dresses that my mom bought for me when I was little, and she saved them.
Oh, okay.
But Jordan likes girly shit now anyway, so it's fine. You know, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, my mom has a picture. I don't know if she has it anymore, but it was like we had one of those like plastic kiddie pools that you just kind of fill from the hose kind of thing in the backyard. And there's this picture of me climbing out, and like I'm climbing out like this, and you just see my wiener. Just it's like it's all silhouette too. It's all silhouette. So you just see a little whoop, you know, because it was like cold hose water, so my penis is like a grape, you know. As I'm getting out of the
that even happens when we're our age. It's still a grape when you come out of cold water. Let's be honest.
True. That's fucking true.
Let's
it's like my testicles are inside me, and it's just the head.
Yeah. Every man can admit, no matter how much we want to brag about the size of our penis, the minute you go into cold water, it's like, whoop, oh, I'm 8 again. Oh.
Yeah. That's a picture somewhere.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
Yeah,
there was I remember one picture where, like, when I was living in Ohio still, because I lived in Ohio until I was 4, and we lived on this, not too far from my grandmother's house, and we had a dirt driveway, and there's just a picture of me standing crying, like fully decked out, you know, in like rain gear, in the driveway with just a giant plunk of mud on my right eye because I fell. Somehow I fell right eye first into a puddle of mud. So my mom has this fantastic picture, because leave it to my mom, instead of coming out to comfort me, to immediately pull out her camera and be like, and I love my mom to death, but that's just what she does, and it's too funny. Just this picture of me being like, with this huge plunk of mud on my right eye. Oh my god, too funny. And then she also took a picture of me in the shower washing off the big of mud, crying. So I have this nice little, like, it's like a timeline of me clearing the mud off of my face from when I was like 4 years old.
That reminds me though of when me and Rowan, we were in the same elementary at this point, and we were getting picked up by my mom, and my sister, she had her arms inside of her, like, hoodie.
Yeah.
And she was running down the sidewalk to, like, meet her friend, and she tripped. And her arms are in her hoodie, so she can't help her face hitting the ground. Her head just right on the concrete.
Too funny. I wish she was here to commiserate that story, but at least on the bright side, suck it, Rowan. You fell in the mud. Concrete. What a nerd. Falling in the concrete.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's why I was just like right on the concrete, her head, you know, because she tripped and she couldn't help it, and then it was just like her forehead and her nose just blood.
I shouldn't laugh at that, because the minute blood is drawn, it becomes more serious. But you didn't die. you made it to adulthood, so that becomes funny, not sad.
You're only a
anymore.
little brain damaged. It's okay. We love you anyway.
There you go.
Yeah.
Teal
There was
knows
another
what's up.
time that this is kind of embarrassing for me with Rowan,
Ooh, all right.
where she asked for a stapler, and so and it was a D&D time, and
Okay.
she just wanted a stapler for like her character sheet to keep it
Yeah.
all together, and so I took the stapler and I tossed it at her, and just right in her forehead. I hit her square.
Oh, it's too good.
Oh,
I hit her square in the forehead with the stapler, and like I'm just standing there like, I'm so sorry.
Reminds me of in grade school when John Oswald first introduced me to D&D, and he asked me for a pencil, and I threw it in his eye. Same idea. Fucking amazing.
Just whack. Oh.
Oh shit! What did I do? Too good. Apparently, you can get injured from playing D&D, kids. Watch out.
Watch out for stray flying
Don't
pencils.
ask your friends for anything because they'll throw them at you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of throwing things at people, so when I was
Oh, gosh.
in seventh grade, so the school I went to, that weird charter school I was telling you about,
Yeah.
for recess,
One in the mansion.
for recess, if we were not physically inclined, we would the computer and technology teacher, Mr. Post, who was also our math teacher, fantastic guy. Whenever you had a question, he would say, "Go ask the smart kids." He wouldn't answer the math question for you. You'd have to go ask the other kids who got the question. Great way to learn and make friends. Weird way to teach, but it worked. So he had a couple computer classes he taught. So if you were part of those computer classes for recess, you could go to the computer lab instead of the football field, and you could play the game Descent. I don't know how many of you on the internet remember the game Descent, but we would play
Descent.
8-player Descent on the Total Chaos maps.
I'm jealous.
And if you couldn't play, what you would do is hang around people, and if you saw they got a mega missile, you'd hit the space bar and shoot their missile as fast as you could. So literally, if you couldn't play, your goal was to try and fuck up everybody else. So there was a time, he was both a childhood friend and a nemesis. His name was Ben. He would consistently hit whenever I'd get a mega missile, which was like the instant kill heat-seeking missile. He'd hit it whenever I was facing a wall to blow me up. He'd like kill me instantly. And there was one time after like a month of consistent harassment, because I would make sure I'd get to lunch early to play that game, where I literally grabbed an empty floppy drive. For those of you who don't know, floppies are like the little squares with the whatever.
Save icon.
Yeah, there you go, the save icon. But a floppy drive, and so it was sitting next to me. It was like not connected to anything. So I picked it up and I turned to like throw it at him, legit throw it at him. And then the teacher, Mrs. D, was right there, and she was like, "James, what are you doing?" And I was super close to hitting that kid with a floppy drive. So now I have my own Urban Dictionary entry under Mega Missile. That literally says James throwing a floppy drive at Ben. It is now officially recorded on the internet, so anybody who wants to go look that up,
Holy
it is
shit.
there. It is Mega Missile under Urban Dictionary.
Oh, man.
It is me
There
trying
you
to throw
go.
a floppy drive at Ben.
We got a fucking celebrity over
That's
here.
right, I am a celebrity. A celebrity.
Oh, that's a celebrity.
A celebrity. So, yep, that is kind of, actually, it's odd, because I know that's a shitty, like, when getting scolded by a teacher is not a good situation, but that is a good memory of mine.
Awesome story of Rowan. Sorry, Rowan. But we went to Chuck E. Cheese. I was maybe 8. No, like 9 or 10, in that range. So Rowan was like 5 to 6 in that range. I don't know. We went to Chuck E. Cheese. They've got the whole like tubes and the ball pit and the over here's pizza, over here's arcade, all that shit.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Woo!
And then Chuck E. Cheese, walking around and the whole mascot thing.
Creepy ass
Horrifying.
motherfucker.
She hid in one of the tunnels for like half a fucking hour when he came by. Like she saw him and she flipped the fuck out, went right into the tunnel, and like was crying in the tunnel.
Good instincts, Rowan.
I was
Jesus,
terrified.
scary
I
as
was
shit.
terrified of like mascot costumes
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Holy
They looked
shit.
Like,
demons.
Yeah.
Like my mom and dad, because they couldn't fit in the tunnels, they sent me in after her, and I almost had to drag her out. And like, so my mom like spoke to the guy, and he's just like, "Could you just be over on that side of the building for like 10 minutes so we can get my daughter out of the ball pit and we can just go?" Because like, she would not go out if he was anywhere in sight. So she had to convince the mascot in this costume to like kind of go to the other side of the building while we got Rowan out so that we could leave. And like, and I totally sympathize with it because I worked at Great Wolf Lodge for like 2 years. Ugh, too long.
And you were the puppy.
Very 2 long years.
You were the puppy.
Yeah, and I ended up being the wolf for the Great Wolf Lodge.
Oh my god, you did?
Everybody had to go through it.
Are you serious?
It was like
Neil
a
had
hazing
to wear
process.
a fursuit.
I had to wear a fursuit.
Oh, well, wait a minute. It's only a fursuit if you wear pants over top of the fur. Did you wear pants?
It had like
What?
these shorts
That's
on it.
not a rule.
That's a rule.
No, it's
Theo.
not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
If it wears
No, it's
pants
not.
over top of the fur, you know it's meant to engage in sexual activity.
Fursuits aren't all engaging for sexual activity.
No, that is true. That is true. Not all fursuits are. You
A
have
lot
me
of them
there.
are not.
But
That's what
was
an
it wearing pants?
That's
the
what an
question I wanted.
SPH is
If it
for.
had shorts, that means
It had shorts?
It had
That
the
means it's a
ability
And a
sex
t-shirt.
That means
That's
it's
a sex
suit.
suit, not necessarily a fursuit. Not
Fair
all
point.
fursuits are sex
I
suits.
apologize.
That's
Teal is
what
correct.
SPHs are for, strategically placed holes.
That's right. Steele is correct. I apologize to
I
anyone
know
who wears
this.
a
Either way.
fursuit. But it sounds like the Great Wolf Lodge wolf wore
Lodge.
shorts.
Wolf Lodge.
Shorts
did I
and a
say?
t-shirt. Wolf Lodge.
Wolf Lodge. The Great Wolf Lodge.
Wolf Lodge.
Wolf Wedgie.
Wah, wah,
Great
wah.
Wolf Wedgie.
Oh God! It's like a special punishing bully move.
That's right.
The Great Wolf Lady. Oh God!
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so
In all
But
ways
it's like-
but physical, I am a wolf.
and then like underneath it, I wore a fucking vest that was filled with ice because that thing was fucking hot. But the best thing about it was I wasn't allowed to talk.
Whoa.
Like, you put this on and you do all the hand and like you hug the kids, whatever, but you're not allowed to talk
No shit.
because you're not supposed to give the wolf a voice or whatever. And
A
they
lot
hadn't
of
determined
furries
that.
do that.
Because if I
So,
could imagine a wolf voice, it would be Neil's voice.
hey, come here, kitties, give me a hug.
Probably more like how you normally talk, less like
Yeah,
the
probably.
creepy pedophile wolf.
Hey, come
But
here, give me a hug.
Whatever.
Come here, kid. Pff, give me a hug.
Yeah, it'd be more
Dick.
like, whatever, I don't want kids around me, I'll eat you.
Yeah.
I'd say
But like, there was this kid, and like, they did this thing where once everybody went to bed and it was past the kids' bedtime or whatever, parents would like request that the wolf come and say hi to their kids and bring cookies and milk and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
Weird.
so I had to
Super
do this.
weird.
I had to do this for like 10 rooms. Where it was like you'd show up, you know, you knock on the door, and like, you know, she would be there and be like, "Hi, blah blah blah," and you know, explain to the parents that, hey, we're here for the wolf thing. And then, you know, I would come around the corner and be like, "Oh, I've got cookies," and the kid would be like, "Ah!" and, like hug and be happy and all that. But then there was one kid where it's like I came around the corner and they went, "Ah!" and hid under the bed.
well, yeah, you're a fucking wolf.
Like, they were terrified. They were so scared. And so I got down on my knees and I was like, "Oh, it's so," and I didn't say anything, but I was just like being all cute and whatever. And the woman just like, "Oh, it's okay about it." And the parents were encouraging, and eventually the kid like came out and like I like gave the kid a hug and gave him a cookie, and after that it was fine. You know, the kid loved me. It's like I totally understand, like, from that position where it's like, all right, if the kid's terrified, it's like, okay, yeah, you back off because I'm in a big monster suit.
Yeah.
You know.
Horrifying creature. Googly-eyed demon.
Yeah, it's like as a kid, I'm just like, "Rowan, you're big, dumb, come on." But then, like, from the perspective of the mascot, it's just like, yeah, kids will be fucking terrified
Absolutely.
of a person in a
Like,
monster suit.
I don't even think I know any person. You, me, Ian, Neil, Mitch, whatever. I said your name again.
Whatever.
But whatever. I don't know a single person who was not, like, kind of freaked out by mascots. Like, the idea of a fucking mascot was kind of...
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like,
I don't remember a time when I was terrified of them. I remember a time where it's just like, man, that's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
they're
like
not
that.
attractive. Like,
No.
it's weird that the idea that kids would be into it.
Yeah, That's
Like, it
that's
just, like, weirds me out. Like,
that weird
Mickey
me
Mouse and Goofy, like, okay, so went to Disney World only once in my life. We weren't like a particularly well-off family growing up, but like
I've never been to Disney World, so
well, there you go. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like meeting all those mascots was not an exciting part of the trip. Let's say it was kind of cool because we eventually lost our autograph books, so they brought us new autograph books full of every autograph from every character at the park, which was kind of neat. Like kudos to Disney. Like that was kind of cool, but meeting the actual like mascots was kind of weird.
I didn't like them.
Because I was old enough to know they were people in suits, but my sister wasn't. It was just kind of like, this is weird.
I understood that they were people in suits, and I didn't trust that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the anonymity was, like, really threatening.
Yeah.
Like, that could be a weird pedophile.
Yeah,
creepy,
like,
yeah.
it'd be
creepy
like
mustache
a
is
bad guy.
Like, now as an adult, we know that they, like, vet those people, and it's like, it's not...
Yeah, they're super anal about, like,
Yeah.
making sure that those people are, like, super okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
There was a person I used to, I met while Burning Crusade,
I'm sorry.
and WoW happened. I met this person who played a druid just like me, and I found out that she was actually, like, a person who worked at Disney and was Jasmine for a while.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I got to ask her questions about what that was like, and it was like, sounds kind of interesting. Like, yeah, they vet you a ton, but apparently it was...
Gosh,
I don't
talking
know,
about
like-
this reminds me of the video where it was at Disneyland and this kid challenged the person who played Gaston
to, like, a push-up
contest.
Oh,
And he
that
starts
was
doing
pretty good.
push-ups, and he starts doing the one push-ups, and he's like, he looks like you need a hand. Just making fun of the
Yeah.
kid. And the kid's just like, I give up. That doesn't matter.
What's everybody's favorite Disney movie? As a child, what was your favorite
As a
Disney
child, Aladdon.
movie?
I liked The Little Mermaid a
Little
lot
Mermaid.
when I was a kid. It didn't really hold up to me, like, as an
Yeah.
adult. But...
Mulan for me. I think.
Mulan was great,
If I
for
could
sure.
Be a man. That song sealed it for me.
Oh,
right there.
gosh. Harper
Still
wrote
hold it in
for
my
me.
heart. I know it's slightly toxic masculinity, except for Mulan's part, but it's still.
Whatever.
Be a man,
Man.
you must be swift as the
The
coursing river. Be a man. Everything apparently in my mind starts with "you must be swift as." So I guess a man's just really fast.
Yeah.
Not too fast. I hope.
Haha.
Oh. Teal got you there.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie was a good one. Aladdin, I don't know, I like the whole magicness of it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And fucking
have you heard like
Robin Williams,
Well, yeah.
the genie.
Have you heard that interesting theory about how like Aladdin was like a post-apocalyptic?
I feel like I
did.
saw that
Yeah.
because of all the references and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Like
especially.
somehow they tied it to the genie being anachronistic, therefore it means he's referencing past events, not future events. Which I
Yeah.
don't buy because it's like quite obviously it's just a fucking movie that's supposed to be funny. Like
Yeah.
It's
intent
funny, it's for
isn't-
kids, it's a cartoon,
Yeah, like
it's
intent
based
is
on
more important than
it's based on Arabian mythology.
yeah.
It's like there's times where it's just like, okay, cool, you see all the connections in the Pixar movies. Sweet.
Yeah.
You have a whole mythology for Pixar. Sweet. But then they're like, oh, Aladdin's post-apocalypse, burple burp. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Really? That's
So,
stupid.
No,
when
it's
you were
okay.
kids, did
Like,
either of
clever
you,
for making connections, I guess, but you're an idiot.
not to like do a
Ah,
huge
God.
change of subject, but I guess to get back towards the idea of the video.
Right.
As children, did you ever attend church? Was
I
there any-
had to all the time.
The last time I attended church as family, I was like 3 years old, and we were sitting near the front because my parents wanted to be good churchgoers, whatever. And I looked around and I'm like, wow, we never come here. Really loud.
I had to go
That
to
was
church.
the last time we went.
I had to go to my dad's side of the family is Catholic, so I had to go to
Oh,
church
okay.
since I was like 16 or 18, and I was always like, "Oh my God, when is it gonna be done?"
It's exactly what Catholic services take forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to some non-Catholic stuff too because my mom was like kind of
Mhm.
religious, and we were always kind of like trying to search for something that kind of worked for both of them. But all it was for me was just being dragged to a boring ass building and being forced to sit in a pew for like
That's
an
true.
hour.
That's true.
every
So
Yeah,
weekend.
because
So-
like I grew up with pretty agnostic atheist parents. You know, like my dad was one of the first people in my life to tell me that organized religion is a bunch of shit.
wow.
Yeah.
That was the same way with me. My dad had realized he was an atheist as he was going through seminary for high school.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my uncles actually almost became a priest before he met my aunt. So, power of pussy, internet. It's an
Boom.
important thing to remember. But yeah, no, it's so I kind of learned it through that way. But then when that same uncle passed away, we had our exchange student Connie. He was over from Germany, but he was Muslim.
Mm.
And so we went to my Uncle John's funeral, and neither of us realized that they were actually asking people to come up for communion. They just asked all people to like line up who were like of a particular age. So both an atheist and a Muslim got to enjoy Catholic communion during my uncle's
I
funeral.
remember what a big.
We didn't explode in flame, so that's a plus.
I remember what a big.
So God doesn't
fucking
real.
deal it was to
That's
do my
not what I'm
first
saying. I'm just
communion.
saying. I'm just saying I didn't explode in flames. So cool. If there is a God, cool on him for not blowing me up, because I appreciate still being around. But you know,
I remember doing first
Yeah, right,
communion as a kid, and what a big fucking deal it was. And I wore like a stupid dress with like plastic pearls all over the place and shit. It was like a really big deal, and I was like, I was like, oh, I don't really get the significance of this, but I'll eat this shitty like.
What did you choose
Wafer.
as your Catholic name?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Do you remember?
I don't.
It would have to be a saint's name.
Oh, I don't remember that being
Right?
a thing at all.
Like for communion, you don't remember that?
Nope.
I had a couple Catholic friends who had to go by like when they had their communion, they had to choose like a name. Like
Oh man,
like
I don't remember
like a
that. My
saint's
memories
name.
of my childhood are shit though. Like
Oh,
I have
okay.
like shitty ass memories. I don't remember dick.
Dang.
But anyway, so back to speaking of when I was a child, did you ever play MTG when you were a wee Neil?
My
Oh,
dad
yeah.
got into it, and I started when I was like, I want to say I was 9.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like third. It was like third or fourth grade.
6 months in playing MTG with your dad.
No, it was third or fourth grade when we got into it.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's about when I was at it too. Yep,
Okay,
I hear you.
and that's when I quit Pokemon.
Yep. Because you like felt like, oh man, Pokemon's just too young for me now. Like I want like demons and
Well,
magic.
like the art.
And like the art is really cool and
The
everything
art-
looks sweet. We're
Yeah.
playing Mercadian's Mask because that was the newest set that came out. And you're like, Avatar of Woe, that's the coolest card ever. And I took 2 months to save up the allowance to buy the deck that gave me Avatar of Woe.
I was Avatar
I'm
of
sorry.
Might.
Okay, you were Avatar of Might.
I was
So
Avatar of
difference: black, red.
Green.
Now it's red.
Avatar of Might was green.
Okay, black, green. Now it's kind of reverse.
A bit, yeah,
Now I'm a bit more green and Neil's a bit more black.
yeah.
But
Black and blue, those are my favorites.
we all age and earn our colors. Teal doesn't know though. Teal doesn't care. Teal thinks we're all lame for playing cards. And she's probably not wrong because like with the amount of money I've spent on Magic cards, I could probably buy a car. That
yeah,
would
that's
be better
been my
than
thing.
Saturn
Like, I'd be
right
a little
now.
bit more interested if I didn't have like money to spend on like a bazillion.
Yeah,
other
exactly. It's just like where you prioritize. That
If
shit.
Wizards ever wants to give me money to draw a picture for them, I'll do that. Otherwise,
Which
I
would
don't
be
have a whole lot of
awesome.
interest.
Holy shit! Seeing
I would
some
like
of your
to
art on a
eventually.
Magic card
I
would
would
be
like to do
fucking
that
amazing.
eventually.
That would be so cool.
So everybody go to Teal's Patreon and buy
Give
her
me all
art.
your money.
Because it's fucking fantastic. Let's be
I
perfectly
like
honest.
money.
Here's
You've
some
seen-
art.
You've seen Teal draw things, number 1 and number 2. Great videos.
Pee and poop.
Teal does even better art.
That's
On
true.
her Patreon, so give it a look.
Yeah,
Give it a
we're
listen.
gonna record another Teal Draws things.
Ooh, that's so
Ow,
exciting! I
you're
honestly,
touching me.
I love putting those on in the background while I'm playing like Stellaris or something. Just to have Teal like drawing shit on my TV.
We're gonna
It's
have Neil
fantastic.
draw a scribble, and I'm gonna make it into a thing.
Ooh, I like
Yeah,
that.
basically I'll come
I
in
like
and be
that
like,
a lot. Oh
"Yeah, she'll make it
yeah,
something."
I do that like on my
turn
own.
shit into art.
I do
like
that on my own sometimes
Polishing
if
a
I
turd.
don't like know what the fuck I'm doing. I'll just be like, or what the fuck am I doing with that, you know? And I have to.
It's good practice.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the
Oh.
cards again though. It's like I get so much shit for not liking Pokemon.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
I know. We can't help but give you shit, Neil, because
Pokemon
it's still
are so
pretty.
great.
It's still pretty fun to play the video games. It is.
I don't
not
know.
the card
not,
games,
like,
but the video games.
I don't like anything Pokemon.
That's a shame.
Just like
Some
straight
of them
up.
Are cute.
Some of them are
I
very
like
cute.
Kabutops. Specifically, Kabutops.
He is pretty cool.
There was a
Kabutops
person
is
who
awesome.
had that Scyther
That's
costume.
it. Like
They had that
when I
Scyther
got that was
costume.
sweet. That was
Yeah.
sweet. But like when I was a
I
kid,
think I remember that. How long ago was that?
That was at Shudo, which was in like February.
Oh,
we were
okay.
talking
Yeah,
about
I
how
could've-
they
different
could,
thing.
I could have
like,
swore somebody at the Cherry Capital Con had a Pokemon
there
costume
was
last
probably
year. didn't
somebody
they?
who did a nice Pokemon.
Okay, I
I
thought
feel like
they
there's
did.
usually somebody with a decent Pokemon.
Yeah,
costume.
Okay, I thought so.
when I was a kid and I got the Kabutops card,
Ooh.
I stopped.
Wow.
Straight up stopped. Like once I had that card, I'm just like everything else in a fire. That's all I
This is the
want.
only one I like.
That's
This
it.
is
Like
the
I had
best.
one of those like hard plastic sleeve cover things.
Yeah.
I slipped that in there,
Mhm.
and that was like my pride and joy. Everything else I put in a little box, and it was in the bottom of my closet. I didn't give a fuck.
Yep.
It's like I just wanted that card. That was it because I love Kabutops. That was it. Everything else I didn't give a fuck about, and they kept like coming out with new things, and I was like, "There's an ice cream card Pokemon. Fuck that.
Yep.
No, I'm done with Pokemon."
Yeah, and I mean literally like so
And
both.
like the games, I just thought were boring as fuck. I couldn't get
Oh,
into it.
okay.
I just
That's a bummer because
I don't know.
Kind of fun.
like I understand.
Even as a 28-year-old adult, I still enjoy them.
Like I understand that people that are into them. I can't do turn-based in a video game.
Really?
I just can't.
Like that is my favorite way of playing a video game.
Really?
I don't like real time. Like I like
I don't know.
RTSs, but I don't like if it's an RPG, I would much prefer turn based.
Yeah,
Because it
I've
allows
never
me
had
to
a problem
plan
with
better.
turn-based.
Yeah, it allows me to plan better in my head.
Like I understand that, but
Like
for
Final
me,
Fantasy X's like turn order thing in the corner that was all turn based. Loved it. Fucking loved it.
see, like when it comes to like video games, this is like if I'm gonna do turn-based, I'm gonna go to a table with my friends and play D&D.
True.
That was it for me.
Oh my
It's
God.
just like I can't do turn-based when it's a video game. It's like if it's a video game, do not fucking stop the action. Let me keep going.
Oh, see, no.
I don't
it's
know.
I like the slow. I like being able to be like, and maybe it's because my mom would always tell me to do stuff while I was trying to play video games. But I really like turn-based because you could just put it down and be like, I'm not going to lose my place. Nothing's going to happen until I come back and I make a decision.
Right. I mean, there is something to be said for that, for sure. But it's like, for me, turn-based belonged on a table, not on a TV.
Speaking of tabletop, I am so pumped to run Starfinder for you all. Because
I'm
like I
excited to
have
play it.
so many anomalies ready to go, like so many cool, interesting, like
Oh my
planet-based interactions and space-based
You're gonna
interactions.
play that, right?
What?
It's Pathfinder, but it's in the future with all kinds
Yeah,
of crazy
Neil's
aliens and
gone
goofy
on
stuff.
about it.
Yeah,
So excited.
Is it like? Is it out yet? Have you?
not yet.
accessed
It's
the
not.
August.
It's not
info
until
yet?
fall. So all I've
Okay.
been doing is writing
Yeah,
up
it comes
ideas
out.
for all the things for you guys to
Okay.
do, which will be super fun. I promise they'll all be interesting and fun and goofy, like fucking clouds that have solidified into like cubes that like run into buildings, like ancient buildings from a leftover civilization, and you have to find out like why that all happened, and like, oh yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
Nice.
It's gonna be sweet. Weird frog people that live
I always like
deep under
frog
the
people.
sea. I know you do. I know you do. I tried to keep everybody in mind while I made the anomalies. I was like, this one would be great for Teal, and this one would be great for Rachel, and Andrew would like this one, and Neil would love this one. And so I like write all these up. So
Nice.
hopefully it'll work.
But yeah, it comes out in August. Is the expected.
Okay, all right, you've been going on about it. Sounds
I'm
pretty
super
cool.
pumped. Super pumped. Starfinder, everybody. Go check out,
Starfinder.
just go
Yay.
check out Paizo. Check out there.
Yay.
It's like D20 modern, but good.
Why don't we, while we're talking about childhood things then, when did everybody first play their first game of D&D or
when I
whatever?
started dating this fucker. And
So,
Neil gave
Teal
me
was not a
homework.
child.
Neil gave me homework. Neil was like, read all these fucking GURPS books so we can go play shit. And I was like, I don't know what this shit is.
Brutal. You had
Yeah.
to read
That was a
GURPS
bad
first?
decision.
Yeah,
Teal, poor Teal.
yeah,
a bad
my
decision.
first
GURPS
role-playing game was fucking GURPS. I was like, oh, what do I want to do? I better roll the dice 8 times before I can figure out if I can do it.
Every turn is a second.
Yeah, Jesus.
That was
dumb.
a bad. That was a bad
Brutal.
decision.
Everybody
I'm sorry.
else was like, oh, let's play GURPS because they were like used to it, which is fine for them. But I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That was dumb.
Yeah, it was a bad
I
decision.
think I remember that too because Neil was like, I have this girl I've started dating. I want to bring her by to play games with us.
And I was like that filthy, like, nose-picking cave woman who would stab people in the dick all the time.
I think
I wanted to be an old lady, and he wouldn't let me be an old lady, so I had to be like a gross young lady.
Which isn't too far from the truth. Oh shit. I said it too.
Oh no.
My first.
How dare you?
Oh, you're really committed to this. Oh, Jesus.
I hope you didn't break that glass.
I hope not.
I don't think that was glass.
I did, though.
What was that?
It was a glass.
Oh, it was a glass. You didn't get stabbed, did you? Oh, you broke it.
I totally broke it.
Oh, no.
My gosh, I'm so sorry. I forgot it was there. And I broke that glass.
Haha, funny. The end.
Yep.
That's
so
the
like and
story.
subscribe, Neilist. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't even have a lot invested in this channel beside the fact that Neil is my very good friend. But Neil's videos are fucking fantastic. Like and subscribe. Watch them all because they're super fun. I'm going to convince him to play Soma one of these days, so you watch out for that.
Can't get a better recommendation than that.
There you go.
Do it.
Do it.
Or don't.
Or don't. Teal's got you covered in case you're kind of so-so. You're not feeling it. Maybe be like
But do
Teal,
it.
subscribe anyway, but then like regret it afterward. But don't
Yeah,
unsubscribe.
it's always a good option.
And just like every video just cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the frog says.
Yeah.
This frog isn't a
And
racist,
with
unlike
that, I
some
think we can end the
frogs.
video with just like a deep, resonant chanting, right? Like. Like and subscribe.